Guys, this is the end for me.
Holy crap, Techno's down to 9 hearts.
Please, more items, anything.
If you tell people to subscribe.
Subscribe.
This is me. Yes, what you are looking at is MrBeast's most recent creator versus player manhunt, and I am the person almost killing Technoblade. Now you're probably wondering how I got here, and so am I. Now if you haven't already seen MrBeast's video, the event is pretty simple. He invited 10 well-known Minecraft creators and 1,000 community players to hunt them down. The players were given compasses directing them to the nearest creator, and the last creator standing is the winner. Now you see, I happen to be highly skilled in hunting people down, and the easiest clue is the swarm of people.
Help, there's hundreds!
And the first person I came across was Chandler.
Chandler, you have literally 200 people chasing you.
Now of course, there's no way I was going to catch up to him by following this large mass of people, so I attempted to cut him off.
Somebody help me!
After seeing the direction he ran towards, I knew eventually he was going to hit a barrier, meaning he would have to split off into 1 or 2 directions. Now after watching him through this parking garage for a brief second, I could see that he diverted to the right, following the main road. So more than likely, he would stick to that path and end up here. And of course, I was right. I ended up right behind him, only to be killed by a hacker. Yeah. This event was going to be harder than I thought, because the average hunter only has 5 hearts, making it super easy to take us out. Using the compass, I was able to track down a few more players, and even encounter some moments I didn't even know I was a part of. For example, this moment, with Technoblade being right in front of me and me not even seeing him.
I'm out of here!
And this moment with Chandler underneath the container.
Oh my gosh, I have the whole lobby on me, bro. Oh, they beat me underneath! No way!
After some time, I overheard some people saying that some creators were at the boat.
Oh, they're coming on the boat, they're coming up. Oh, we're screwed!
So obviously, I went that direction. Little did I know this would lead to my coolest moment in the event, befriending George Not Found. No, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. Oh my god, let's go. Oh my god, we got so many people! That was until I pushed my limits. Are there people back here? Oh frick, oh no. No, he said tree said friends! I attempted to head back. Since I was able to befriend George once, I could possibly do it again. Sadly, when I got there, he wasn't there anymore, and then Sapnap killed me. Then I noticed Tommy speaking of a mountain in chat, and I happened to know where that mountain is. So I went there. When I got there, I noticed Tommy in a tree, forcing players to stay on the ground, so obviously, I climbed that tree. Using my parkour skills, I got close enough to where Tommy could see me and attempted to befriend him like with George. Sadly, Tommy was not as inviting, so I had to put measures into my own hands by sneaking behind him and chilling without him knowing for a full 5 minutes. To be honest, I was proud how long it took him to realize. Sadly, some person revealed my location and I died very fast. When I respawned though, I came across someone I wasn't expecting. Technoblade. So obviously, I started chasing him. I was decently far behind, so I had to quickly find a way to catch up. Thankfully, the cutoff inside this building got me somewhat near the front. Now once I was there, the chase was on. I got multiple hits off on him, and was even boosted forward a few times by fellow players to catch me up. And I almost had him cornered until he decided to jump into the river.
I'm jumping into the water. This is it.
Now once there, players started swarming. Apparently, Tommy was at the boat, taking out a large mass of players.
Tommy, are you on
and
the boat?
Techno, the person I am following, was headed to join him. This place was a massacre, with Tommy knocking players off, and Techno down below wiping them out. It was almost impossible to see what was going on, and I got hit in the crossfire. When attempting to return, the compass guided me onto the boat, and the last time I was there, I almost befriended George, and so I searched, and I found the original boat crew.
Oh, come on.
But there was a problem. The creators were given custom items to help them out in the event, one being that TNT. Now, at this time, I didn't know what the TNT was capable of. Basically, it throws an object that is invisible to the players and blows up each player in the area, including me. Now, I returned to the boat one last time, because I know a lot of creators are gathered there. Sadly though, the border starts to shrink. You might be able to barely see Techno and Dream racing the border here.
Dream, I see you. We're so dead, Dream, you and I.
So I decided to get off the boat. While leaving the boat, I run into Technoblade one more time. This time, I wasn't going to lose him. There was no water to save him, and players were supporting me from behind, allowing me to get more hits on him. This was the moment where Techno would die. Except, there was one problem. MrBeast was watching. As we've seen before, MrBeast gives special items to help the creators, so he gave Techno a supply drop. So Techno goes for it into this alley, which happens to be a deep hole on my screen, and I managed to barely avoid the hole. I hit Techno a few more times until eventually I was stabbed by the mass of people. Now after watching MrBeast's video, I realized I got him down to 3 hearts. So out of 1,000 people, I almost killed him in this moment. After respawning, I decided to visit some areas that I haven't been to yet. While following the crowd, I come across this weird building in the corner of the map, and I notice my compass is pointing towards this direction, so obviously there's a creator there. Upon searching for a creator, I looked up while the border was shrinking and discovered a faint green blob on the roof, otherwise known as Dream. Dream escaped into a tree, and the border continued to shrink. Eventually, the tree was cut off, and Dream had to jump to this light post. As he was standing there, in this moment, I noticed something. Dream pulled out the TNT item. Now previously, I had learned that the TNT item creates an invisible explosion based on the area the creator points at. So based on that logic, upon seeing the TNT, I diverted away from the explosive area. I barely dodged the explosion, but in that moment, Dream leaped straight at me, and I managed to get one hit off, only to get one tapped by Dream's sword. After respawning for the millionth time, I found Sapnap camping a tree. Now this wasn't any ordinary tree spot. In order to get to Sapnap, you had to scale a building, parkour around some rafters, and make a serious jump onto the tree, and then begin to climb it. Sapnap also recruited some players to help knock down enemies, not to mention him being able to one-shot any player attempting to get to him. I tried to get up there, but with the amount of lag, I decided it wasn't worth it. Now as I ran away from Sapnap's tree, I noticed my compass updated, so I followed it. The compass brought me to a hotel building, and after going to the roof to figure out what room he was pointing to, I started dropping down floors, until I hit the room with my long-lost friend, George Not Found, who stabbed me. Now that wasn't gonna stop me. I returned to attempt to befriend George 3 more times. Eventually the border closed in and he disappeared.
Oh god, the zone is going in so quick, it's going in so quick!
This was the final battle. Because there were thousands of players, the lag in the server grew extremely difficult, and because I couldn't see what was going on, I sought high ground. I noticed many creators from this height. Most were barely hanging on at this point, except for Sapnap, who found a new tree. So I attempted to get him out of the tree, and apparently MrBeast noticed too because he gave a perfect path to get to him. Now at this point, it was pure chaos. I chased Techno, Dream, Sapnap, George many times, until the last man was left standing, Sapnap. I don't like thinking I stopped Techno's mother from winning a TV, but I think that's what I did.